last second here, the compositions of both of the teams. Everybody was expecting to see Talon in the mid lane in that last second swap.
What? Bang.
Okay.
Right now, you can see that Pawn is playing in a pocket of the lane where he's safe, but...
Oh, look at that. The stun coming out from the Zillion, flashing away, but Faker wants the blood, and first blood goes over to Blank. A fantastic gank to start off the game.
Pressure. Well, hold that thought.
No flash here on Pawn. There's the stun, and another kill going over to SKT. Not what KT wanted to start this mid lane in O2.
Offer, and then you can start rotating him around the map and blitz 3 turrets.
Oh, there it is. The knockback. Here comes Score, but he does get locked up the exhaust, and that is going to be a kill. Going over to Score. Top. Looking for a dive. Smeb, he doesn't have his ultimate up. He's just going to parkour over that tower. Going to jump onto Blank and force a wild growth out here. But again, they get a kill and maybe the top turret, but they will be giving up this Mountain Drake to KT. And actually a teleport out of Prophet. They want to go on to this one. Oh, and they spot him rather, and they kill him as well, and they're going to deny Mata the recall. There should be 2 kills going over to SKT. It's just about how long can Mata deny it. Giving this one to Faker. And finally, he just got it, but will get away anyway with the use of his flash.
Oh, Prophet.
Oh, boy. Not the best of spots. He's trying to turn this around, but the exhaust will not allow him to pick up a kill onto Deft. Like they didn't have enough info on where the rest of SKT was. And it looks like they're going for a gank onto Smeb again. Not the first time we've seen this happen. There is the wild growth that actually misses, and Smeb finally gets polymorph, but there's the ultimate. They're not able to burst him down before he can use that. And the equalizer though, able to pick up.
Gonna make a pick though.
Oh boy, Score. He is going to be locked down. The Ziggs ultimate does a crazy amount of damage. There comes the bomb, and you can see Blank gets extremely low.
A lot of position.
Yeah, here's Smeb coming in from behind. Has that Edge of Night, jumps onto Wolf, the perfect wild growth, but look at the burst damage coming out of KT. Bang will get resurrected there by the Zillion. They're going to turn it around. Prophet with the equalizer. Bang trying to do some more burst damage. The Zillion bomb going off, and he wants blood. In goes Faker. Misses that last one onto Deft, but he wants more. He's got the blue buff. He lands it. This should be the kill onto Deft. A little bit more burning damage, and down he goes. Here comes Blank, able to pick up the kill onto Jace. That's 2 now going over to SKT. And they've opened this up now. Blank looking for more. Score thinks he can fight him. And it's very low. Blank not confident enough to go on the chase. Doesn't know where the rest of the members of KT are. That's a couple of nice kills going over to SKT.
I never saw an old man move so quick as Faker aggressively pushed on into that fight. They're calling in the teleport from Prophet. And this was SK Telecom telling KT, your team can't fight us.
Faker specifically, and then the follow-up there from Prophet.
Score needs to be a hero. He has his flash.
He needs it. That's really what this is about. Can he get it? Jumping over the wall, though, is Prophet. That's the 3rd time this has happened in this series. And meanwhile, Smeb trying to take a fight here against Faker. Can he take him out? The resurrection will keep him alive. And down he goes. That's Baron to 5 members of SKT. And another kill as Smeb bites the dust.
At comp.
Well, with the home guard, Smeb, with the teleport, he wants blood. He wants revenge. He wants a kill. And with Score here, I think they should be able to get this. Using that Seraphs, though. And yes, okay, finally he goes down. Guess he's not here anymore. He picked, oh wow, look at this burst damage. Pawn is so low. He gets it with the collateral damage out of the graves, and wasn't expecting that to come out here. Faker ulting himself as a precautionary measure. Also will eat the tower shots. And finally, SKT, they find an opening. Bang doing just so much damage in the follow-up there from Blank. And Bang is popping off. He is getting so much damage onto all these key members of KT, rather. And they get that mid inhibitor.
I like it. SK Telecom, they turn around. They're not going to make the same reckless behavior that some teams have made in coin flip. for an endgame fight in front of the two Nexus turrets. Baron on the map. Score is alive, though. One level down to Blank. Smite a little bit weaker. Bang!
Look at this guy. He's pretty fed at this point in time, and he can just do so much damage, get Score down to half health. Although some other members of KT are getting pretty low, and now Smeb jumping on into Bang. Bang getting lower and lower on mana. Looks like they will back off for now. Pretty big wave up in top lane. Like
Elder Dragon 2.
30
KT
seconds.
made it to a point now where SK Telecom are going to be forked. They're going to be between a rock and a hard place. Baron, Elder, and pushing waves. Bang might go down if that happens. That would be disastrous.
Smeb's still going in. Oh, look at the burst damage.
Oh
no! Blank now in an awkward spot, still doing a lot of damage. Lots of the SKT members now joining on up. Zillion ultimate used on Blank. He will not go down. But still no answer to this top lane that is doing now half the turret's damage. Health and damage, that is. Faker now level 18. The teleport coming in. I think KT has identified this as a place they want to fight.
3 Mountain Drakes. Look at how fast Baron goes down, even with just 2 people hitting it.
Uh-oh, Bang! He's gonna go down. Smeb, he found the pick. He's done it. Mana getting very low. It looks like he will survive with that redemption. Score getting extremely low. He does get the Baron, though. Prophet trying to run in. Smeb really the member with a lot of health on his team that needs to be in there doing damage, but there's no one to support him. They take out Score after losing that Baron. Now they're on the chase onto Smeb, onto this Talon, and it looks like they will be able to get him just barely. Able to get that slow is Faker. But they will have to deal with this Elder Drake push. A very scary team. You can see just how much damage that Ezreal was doing, how much survivability they have on their team. Prophet, he's not going to stop at anything. We talked about his one and only goal in this game. And that's going to be the Elder Drake going over to SKT.
What the Elder Dragon's going to do...
Out stopping the push. And I think SKT is going to identify this and make their way back towards top.
Oh.
The tower's so low. Here comes Score onto Faker. Misses both poles. That's so huge. Faker dodging both with the speed buff. He's going to slow down Score now. And Score in a bit of trouble now. Bang coming back. And uh-oh. He is going to pay for it with his life. And they only get the turret. 56 seconds left on that death timer.
The possibility for him to just go bottom and light up that turret. Blank. Not the champion Smeb wants to fight against. Edge of Night being used right there.
Yeah, pops it. Smeb going the opposite way with parkour. But you could see that SKT, they're trying to collapse. He's on a ward, and they're going to spot this right away. The Wild Growth takes him out.
You know what happens when Prophet sees a champion. Reminiscent of Wei Zhao's aggressive arcane shifts where it's calculated. It's not incorrect. He's not arcane shifting into a position where something is misjudged and he ends up dying. It's always just on the edge to let him get as much aggression as he needs to dish out maximum damage.
And when you get chunked for half health as deft, you're not going to be turning around to try to, fight this Ezreal. You just got to run away. And so SKT, they pick up the mid turret, or rather the inhibitor. They were pushing bot for a bit. They're not quite able to take out the turret thanks to Ziggs. It just clears that wave in one go. It just feels like KT is just barely hanging on. They haven't really been able to put much pressure onto SKT outside of that top lane wave they had that one time, and the try for the kill onto Faker up at top, but they missed both. They weren't really able to get big objectives off of both of those plays, and ever since then they're just trying not to die.
Looks like SK Telecom are saying, look, we're going to play this as safe as possible. And that's really just how they've been playing this entire series. We've seen that time and time again, where same can't really be said for KT. Definitely willing to make a little bit more risks for sometimes higher reward. And it seems that they definitely do just want the Baron, and look at how they're controlling all the lanes to make sure that, hey, even if we lose a team fight, you don't have a lot to work with. Now KT are put back into that position where they're going to need to find a crack in the armor. And so question's going to be is can Smeb do it one more time?
One time
SKT
for KT.
might just say the lanes are good, we're going to go for this, and never mind.
Yeah, Faker, even with the speed up there, does take that Ziggs ultimate to the face. Is forced back. And so safe. You were talking about it. They eat one abilities damage onto one of their teammates, and they're like, okay, we're just not going to push at all.
The Talon pick, by the way, we just got zoomed in on Smeb, really not doing so much. It did almost turned one of the decisive fights for them, but other than that, it hasn't really been able to put too much pressure onto SK Telecom. And much like Thor's hammer, I begin to wonder if that cape doesn't really belong to them. It belongs to the one team that did bring down SKT. Well, actually, no, but...
Crowd was going wild for Faker, sped up Zillion, dodging pretty much everything. And here comes Bang again. He's like going 1v3. He gets sped up by both the Lulu and Faker and the Zillion. And he just goes forward. Prophet, he wants it too. There's the equalizer. Can they convert? And he's still going in. You saw 4 members. He wanted 4 times as much blood, but they are not able to slow anyone down. And look at that huge Ziggs ult.
That's a smiley face if I've ever seen one.
And there it is, the Jace bomb with the shockwave, and everybody's getting super low. Redemption will help heal up this team. They will save Bang, but here comes Smeb from behind.
Here comes Smeb. He's looking for it. He's looking for blood. They might have done it though. KT.
They see him with the scrying trinket there.
No.
And now Bang is going on to Smeb fearlessly here, but there's the jump in. Lots of burst damage. Wild Growth pushed out, is going to parkour over the wall. In this game, it's getting pretty crazy, guys. We're going down to the wire. This is what happens when the telecom teams face each other. A teleport now out of Prophet. Or rather, out of Faker, sorry.
It could have been Prophet. He only goes one direction, but he doesn't have teleport.
He's going to land the double bomb. There's the stun. The burst from Blank.
4.
Oh, but Faker gets super low.
Step on the. Yes, there you go.
Nice. Look at the top turret. It goes down. Another avenue for SKT to potentially go in. But after they take out score, there's no smite for KT.
It is so just beautiful, though, to watch the teams. You see them going back and forth, neck and neck, and even the little subtle things like Faker just stepping on the Ziggs. I actually don't know the name of it off the top of my head, but there's little Ziggs bombs on the floor to activate his ultimate. So impressive to watch because in such a tense moment, they're still seeing these little micro opportunities and they're capitalizing on it.
Yeah, and for me, the impressive part was Faker saying, hey, we see score. Can I teleport in there and get the stun? Can you follow up here? And just like noticing the positioning of Blank and knowing that they had enough damage to follow up if he could land the stun, and then just calculating all of that and doing it as a team, taking him out and opening up the Baron is really what's going to enable SKT to have an extremely strong push here at 47 minutes.
Also, Blank has a Bloodthirster. I was questioning when he had the BF sword if that was going to go into the Duskblade of Drakthar, but he did opt into the lifesteal, which I do think is the vastly superior choice because he knows that the enemy team is so combo reliant, so the lifesteal that much more valuable. Don't actually need the extra damage from the Duskblade.
Look at Smeb on the map. He's in top lane. He could not help out in stopping this push, so he just goes for the push in top instead. Bang, he's going forward. There's the equalizer. Mata and Deft are zoned out. Look at Deft's health. He goes down. Prophet getting that kill. Smeb looking for a pick. So desperately score from the right side, trying to get Faker. Immediately is going to turn that onto him. They land the stun, and they get the kill there. Down goes Faker at the end of it all. Somehow there, it looks like Paul was able to take him out, but here come the Nexus turrets going down. It's 4 versus 3 right now. Smeb from behind trying to get a kill. Down go both of the Nexus turrets. Smeb going to jump on in. Can they turn this around? Bang trying to get onto that Nexus Nexus, and he is going to get it. Game 3 goes to SKT, and they win the series.
They send a message that KT couldn't quite keep up with them, even with this was the most aggressive composition that KT fielded in the 2 series, and it came up short yet again. And when you're looking at these 2 series, every team in the world should be looking at these series as the highest level gameplay that's been seen. And SK Telecom, again, methodically and systematically broke down KT. And it almost looked like a desperation attempt almost in a way, but what a series as well.